And welcome into the Sports Timeout podcast, brought to you by Jefferson's Free Fried Pickle Fridays. Be sure to head over there for your 4th of July and get those free fried pickles. Man, 4th of July already. Sorry we couldn't go last week. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Super excited about this episode and sending off this season, and what's in store for next season is going to be awesome. But go check out Billy and his crew. Free fried pickles, wings, whatever you want. Get over there, grab that, and man, got to adjust this a little bit. Doing these lives is a little bit harder, but we'll get through it. We'll get used to it and get things going. But man, super excited for Billy and his crew over there. Oh, if they still have it, go get the firecracker. It's fitting for the 4th of July for sure. But get on over there. Do what you need to do. Get your wings. Get those ordered in advance for a party, whatever you got going. And then on that, excuse me, I'm still getting over my sickness a little bit here. That's why we haven't been able to go. But yeah, man, get on over there. Watch some NBA, WNBA. NBA is over, so watch WNBA. NFL is going to be starting up soon. Soccer, middle of the soccer season right now. Things are getting interesting in the MLS and the NWSL and Premier Leagues as well. So get on over there and be sure to tune in and request what you want to watch on their big screens. And yeah, then if you're looking for a brighter, straighter smile and just want to look fresh for the beach season or just summer in general, we're in summer now, so be sure to schedule your appointment today at 417-622-0404, and that is for Roberts Integrative Dentistry. They also offer Invisalign, so get on over there. If you don't want those braces, get over there and get that Invisalign for the summer season as well, or if you just want it in general. And last but not least, don't forget to check out Tea Time here in Webb City. Be sure to reserve your spot to play some golf or pickleball. And if you're looking for something fun to do with your family and friends or your company that's wanting to have an activity to do for team building, why not? Then Tea Time, they are the spot for you this summer. And get over there, have some fun. Half-price bay rentals on Tuesdays. Yeah, took advantage of that this last week. Good times as always. And if you're not into any of that, then, go over there, grab a nice coffee, sit, watch some sports on the big screen or the TVs in general. So, all right, we'll get to it. And we'll go ahead and start off in the NFL, and that's going to be brought to you by Black Eagle Apparel. And check out Taylor and his crew as they, do custom apparel and jerseys for any team, any sport at the best prices. They are the official merch partner for the Joplin Outlaws and the Sports Timeout podcast. Should have worn my 4th of July shirt, but I'm saving it for tomorrow. Super excited for 4th of July, getting all that stuff done. And but yeah, check out Black Eagle Apparel, and their website is blackeagleapparel.us. And be sure to subscribe to their mail list and get 25% off of your next purchase. Excuse me, man. Wow. I got to wake up. But all right. Good to go? We'll see. All right. First news in the NFL. And, teams are mulling the possible trade for offers on Steelers' TJ Watt. And, this isn't something that I thought would happen for quite a long time, especially since especially since the Steelers have made all these moves over the last few days. They bring in Aaron Rodgers, slight upgrade. And then you got Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins, and Minka Fitzpatrick goes back to the Dolphins or goes to the Dolphins. I believe he was there. He did a short stint there. Um, it's crazy that they're making all these moves just to, I don't know, be average. Because let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers is good. He's been injured, been putting a lot of practice into what he's doing. But I guess this is a multiple team discussion that people are trying to get TJ Watt out of Pittsburgh. And you thought that he would be a franchise guy. You thought that he would stay. But I guess to finally hear that they're discussing it and not the media speculating, it hits a little bit different. And with mini camps getting ready to come up, he's wanting a new contract. And I don't know. Steelers haven't shown any willingness to deal him so far, but he's unhappy with his contract situation. Sources believe that it's increasingly likely to happen that he'll be traded. So, and speak of the numbers here, Ramsey's coming in and getting $1.5 million raise on his already $25 million contract. It's going to move up to $26 million. Steelers are taking on the bulk of that contract this season with the Dolphins paying $3 million of it. So that's pretty impressive. And then Jonnu Smith will receive a 1-year contract worth $12 million. And Drew Rosenhaus, already don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of Rosenhaus, especially what he did to Tyreek Hill. Now look at his situation that he's in. Gets out of a comfortable situation in Kansas City, had the same money, just a different way to get it, and Rosenhaus didn't like it, and they moved to Miami. And now look what's happened in Miami. Production's gone down, just like we expected. Well, at least me anyway. I know there's a lot of haters out there who don't believe that, but I was on the train. I jumped on it and I said he wasn't going to be successful. He had a decent season. Tua has been hurt. He hasn't done well. He's underperformed. He's gotten hurt himself. That's a whole nother train that we're not going to go on. But Watt's entering the final year of this deal, though, and Steelers are not looking happy at the moment because he skipped OTAs in the offseason and hasn't really attempted to negotiate a new deal. So that's where all the speculation's coming from. Watt signed a 4-year, $112 million deal in 21, $28 million per year. Myles Garrett reset the pass rusher market. Okay, 3 months ago, how he was able to do that. And, Cleveland wants their guy. Cleveland proved it. And now I guess it's time for the Steelers to step up and prove that they want their guy. And with $40 million annually, including $123.5 million in guaranteed money, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. That's for Myles Garrett. Yeah, if you're TJ Watt, but here's the thing. Myles Garrett has been less injured than TJ Watt. TJ Watt hasn't been able really to play a full season in a long time. Okay. So let's go ahead and look that up and see what TJ Watt's been able to do. Because I know that he wasn't full status last year. And I know that he's been injury prone, just like his brother. I mean, these guys play at a high caliber. They do their job and they do what they're supposed to. But here we are, age 30. That's a year that do we really want to invest more in this guy? Okay. And so TJ Watt has not played a full healthy season. Well, maybe the last 2 years he did, but he's been injured in games and his lack of production's been there. He did put up 19 sacks in 23, but last year his production was way down. He had 11 and a half. That's, 22. He got hurt. Okay. So take that back a little bit, but still hasn't played a full season. Okay. All the way through. He's been hurt. He hasn't started, but he's gone into play games. Okay. So sacks have kind of gone down. He did 22 and a half in 21, and then 22 got hurt. 23 put up 19, respectable. 24 put up 11 and a half. And that's where you're like, okay, he's 29, now he's 30. Is he going to be worth the money? 23, he ended up going down due to injury. Okay, so I was right. 22, 23, he was injured. He played the season, but got injured in the playoffs. 23, he didn't play due to injury. And 2022, they didn't even make the playoffs. And then last year in the playoffs, he didn't even do anything. He played one game. Was his presence felt? Yeah. He had no sacks. He had no assists. He had no solo tackles and no combined tackles. So this is what you're looking at. His playoff production, not exactly there. He had in 21, his best year, when he put up 22 and a half sacks. He had 3 tackles, 3 combined tackles, 3 solo tackles, and a sack, and then 2 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback hits, 1 pass defended, and 1 fumble recovery in that game for a touchdown. And that's it. So is this a guy you really want in the postseason? Or is this a guy that you want early on in the season? And look, him holding out may actually be the best thing for him. Either he gets traded and misses all this mini camp stuff, saves his body, could be a good strategy. But, excuse me, still getting over this, I pardon. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Moving on, we'll go to the Dolphins. And we talk Ramsey and Smith to the Steelers for Fitzpatrick in that trade. And the Dolphins have agreed to trade the 3-time All-Pro cornerback and Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, offensively, the Steelers, and we'll continue to talk Steelers here with a little bit of the Dolphins. Offensively, the Steelers look great. Okay. Aaron Rodgers now has weapons in Smith, and then on defense, they picked up Ramsey, who could be okay. All right. We'll look that up here too. But I don't know. Jalen's a little bit more safe of a pick for me at 30 years old than TJ Watt. TJ Watt's been able to do it. Ramsey's been around the league. Jacksonville Rams, Dolphins. Now he's with the Steelers. Man, let's look at that. 108 pass deflections, 24 interceptions. So he's pretty good in the backfield. Played 3 games, sat out in that 19 season. Didn't finish the year with the Rams in 19 either. Did get that Super Bowl with the Rams. But, I mean, statistically, in the playoffs, he hasn't been very productive either. Except for that Super Bowl year. 21 was the year for Ramsey and for Watt. So, I don't know. That's a catch-22. I guess it's a fairly decent even trade. Ramsey and Jonnu Smith did not want to be in Miami anymore. Steelers picked him up, did what they did, and Fitzpatrick goes back. So, yeah, Jalen Ramsey broke his own news on social media. It was interesting to watch. Now, this next one that we're getting ready to talk about. Okay, so now we're moving into Dolphins talk. We're going to go ahead and leave that out of the way and get rid of the Steelers. And that's Darren Waller unretiring as a Dolphin. And when I saw this news cross ESPN, I knew it was, oh, yep, he's unretiring. Here he comes. And Waller unretiring, Dolphins get him in a trade from the Giants. Darren Waller will come out of retirement to join the Miami Dolphins. And that was announced on Tuesday. And now that I've had a little bit of time to sit on this, that's a great addition. You had a guy in Jonnu Smith who did not want to be there, and you got a guy who's hungry in Darren Waller. And my only thoughts on this, though, Waller took that time off to heal and get better. Okay. This time it wasn't about sobriety or anything. This time it was he needed his body to heal. And everything that went down with the Raiders, and then, yeah. So everything that happened, I think he just needed time to mull that over. Kelsey Plum ended up leaving him and all that stuff during that time. Could have been a pretty depressing time for him. Never know. But super excited to see him come back to the NFL. Super excited to see him come back as a tight end for the Dolphins. I think Tua is going to have a great target there. What does that mean? Because Waller was a 1,000-yard receiver. Okay. Waller is very capable of running routes and doing what he needs to, and he can block. There was no way Waller was going back to the Raiders because Bowers was picked up. Okay. But here's the thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I like Waller. Good guy, good story. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Darren Waller, 7th-round pick, was given up for him as well. They gave up a 7th-round pick to get him. So, yeah, 32, one of the league's best tight ends in 19 and 20, recording 197 receptions, 2,341 yards, 12 touchdowns with the Raiders. And they rewarded him with a 3-year, $51 million extension through 22. However, they traded him to the Giants the following season, and Waller announced his retirement. So that's where that came from. And just all these to be put together like this, like this was technically a 3-team trade. Well, if you give up Jonnu Smith and you give up Jalen Ramsey, we'll give you this and this. And then if this happens, then hey, we're the Giants. We'll see you get Darren Waller, but we also want a 7th-round pick. So that's just how things work. I feel like there's a lot more to come in the NFL, and I'm excited for it. So next up, we go into the NBA and we talk the coaching carousel and Mike Brown. Okay? Mike Brown. And Shams posted it. New York Knicks are expected to hire the 2-time coach of the year, Mike Brown, and they fired Tom Thibodeau. We all know how that happened. And, you know, I'd much rather have Tom Thibodeau on my coaching staff than I would Mike Brown. Mike Brown becomes a liability, if you would say. I'm not really certain why they would sign him over Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau did what he did. Now Mike Brown's going to have to come in and rebuild a culture. Then he's going to do good maybe for 1 year, and then it's going to go bad. We saw that happen with the Lakers last. Okay. And I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Okay. Not a huge fan of it. 55-year-old. I mean, yeah, he's an okay coach. 2009, coach of the year. Did that with the Cavs. Got along with LeBron and all that jazz. And then 23, he was the coach of the year for the Kings. So, track record, he wasn't with the Lakers that long. It was 11 to 12. Cavaliers, he ended up going back 13 and 14. Golden State, he was the assistant or associate head coach, and then went and did what he did with the Kings. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like the players respect him. They don't like him. He does good in the first go around, and then he's fired. Okay, happened in Sacramento. They lost. They lost in the first round and missed the playoffs. And then his stint with the Lakers, they lost in the conference semifinals, and then the next year it was like 5 games and he was gone. He was fired. 5 games in. Started off 1-4. Wasn't the greatest team. but I don't know. Crazy. Crazy. Lakers ended up finishing that year. Yeah. I don't think they made the postseason. Looking at it here. Lakers. Okay, yeah. They finished as a seventh seed in the Western that year. So crazy. We'll see how he does. I'm not a Mike Brown fan. Okay. 599 win percentage, almost 60%. He's 454 wins to 304 losses. Couple of down years. He can take the teams to the conference finals. He can take them to the semis. He can take them to the conference finals, and he's taken them to the finals before. But that was back in 06, 07. You had LeBron. Okay. LeBron in his prime. So, yeah. And he had a really good team in Sacramento, and then they fell apart. His Lakers team, like I said, in 11 and 12, and then 12-13, they fell apart. So, Cleveland, that team just demolished and fell apart after the 06, 07 season. So, yeah. LeBron and them kept making it, but didn't do a thing. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, it's going to be interesting on Mike Brown. That's all I'm going to say. He's got a lot riding on this. And I think it's been awesome to see how he's been successful, but he needs a new storyline. He needs to win a finals to make his career worth anything. So, all right, next up, we head into the Footy Forum. And yeah, that's brought to you by the Corner Kick in Neosho. And be sure to stop by the Corner Kick located at 1411 Blue Oak Lane, Suite C, Neosho, Missouri. They have the largest soccer store in southwest Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, southeastern Kansas, and northeastern Oklahoma. So be sure to check them out Tuesday through Sunday for your football needs. And first up, we go ahead and talk Sporting Kansas City. And it's going to be a 4th of July showdown tomorrow between the MLS Colorado Rapids and Sporting Kansas City. And this match is expected to deliver fireworks on 4th of July. And I mean, it has the potential to be a significant turning point for both clubs who enter the holiday fixture in different trajectories. And on one side, the Rapids are watching a once promising season slip through their fingers, and on the other, Sporting Kansas City has mounted a resilient, don't say die start. I mean, with the stage set, a simple question hangs in the air, and can the Rapids squad defend their home turf, or can Sporting Kansas City finally break a decade-long winless streak in Colorado? And so, looking at the standings, the Rapids are in the 8th spot, clinging to the next to last wild card playoff position. A closer look reveals a team that is just in that state of, okay, we're right here. Where are we going? Have we found our identity? And their recent form, they're 3 losses, a win, and a draw. Okay. And that's a club that's in a slump. Now, their 3-3 draw against New England after storming off to a 3-0 lead in that match. The Rapids collapsed, conceding on an own goal, a penalty on a gut-wrenching 93rd minute equalizer to throw away 2 crucial points at home. The performance highlighted a capable offense of brilliance, but undermined defensive lapses. So, kind of sounds like Sporting Kansas City, but Sporting Kansas City, the story is one of resurrection and hope, and I agree with that because after a horrible start, the new coach has instilled new identity built almost entirely on pure grit. And though they sit in 12th in the West, it's not quite the same team as the opening months. Their recent form is a draw, a win, two losses, and a win. So in their last five matchups, they have been able to grab 7 points, but they also dropped a couple, okay, in between. And so 7 points in their last five, like they're still going at it. They're still doing what they need to do. And the headline was their stunning 2-1 win over Charlotte FC, where they scored in the 93rd and 96th minute to snatch a victory from pretty much defeat. And they followed that by coming behind and secured a hard fought 1-1 draw against Real Salt Lake. So SKC no longer an easy out. They're a formidable challenge for a full 90 minutes. This is a team that loves to give up goals early and score goals late. And sometimes that's not the winning strategy. Okay. We've seen so many games as sporting fans, that just don't work out. And like, I just don't know if you want to climb that mountain all the time. Like, that just kind of gets annoying. It kind of reminds me of the 15 Royals, Kansas City fans, when we would just do what we needed to do to take the lead. We'd just keep the line moving. And that's what it seems like. You go down, you let the team score, and then either you come back and you draw it out or you win. Okay. And I'm not quite certain how that's going to do for them in the long run. Right now, it seems to be doing okay as they're 3-2 in their last five. So we'll see. We'll see. Next up, we talk the Kansas City Current and free agency opening. They have key unsigned players, but let's talk on some of the highlights here. Kansas City inking Izzy Rodriguez to a 3-year extension. Congrats to her. Got her first cap with the U.S. women's national team, got a goal in that match. Then yesterday, we saw Claire Hutton get a goal in that match off a header. Beautiful setup. United States ended up beating Canada 3-0 in that one. So congratulations to Claire Hutton on that. And then icing on the cake, Coach Flacco named June Coach of the Month. And the accolades just keep coming and coming and coming. And they're at the top of this table. But an article from the Kansas City Soccer Journal, July 1st, free agency open in the NWSL. And that probably a little jarring to hear considering that the NWSL is only at the halfway point of the 2025 season. The NWSL championship game is still nearly 5 months away on November 22nd, while players who are out of contract after the 25 season are free to start negotiating with clubs. They won't move until the season is over. So that's good news for Kansas City Current, who's in first place, who have 12 players on their roster who are eligible to start negotiating with other teams. And a week ago, that list was at 14 players before Current got a little bit of business done, inking contract extensions with Michelle Cooper and Izzy Rodriguez, keeping them on the squad through 2028. However, there are 5 other players who are currently starters who are free to sign contracts elsewhere. You got team captain Sally Queen, Lola Bonta. She's out of contract. Bia is out of contract as well. Sometimes the U.S. women's national team right back Haley Mace is on the list. And both current starting center backs, Sharples and Eball, are on the list as well. So that leaves out all 3 rookies the team signed this past offseason: Katie Scott, Mary Long, and Claire Yagney. Excuse me. Not to mention backup goalkeeper Laurel Ivory and many other key role players, Bailey Feist. And man, there's a lot of talent that may not be on the team next year. And this is a very good team. And Kansas City fans probably need to brace themselves for a couple of departures, just like we have the last couple seasons. But being able to have Dabinia, I'm 100% certain that they bring back Bia. Lo Labonta, that's up to her. Is she gonna do another friendly? Is she gonna do another friendly contract to stay? Um, and it's pretty awesome. Now, here's something that is very, very opening. Okay, top 10. Kansas City has 2 on this list: Bia and Lo Labonta. Okay, I would not be surprised if the Current try to make a push towards Washington forward Trinity Rodman. Now, I expect Washington to be very aggressive on this front. Okay. And not to mention Sophie Wilson is also on this list. So Portland and Washington better get their stuff together. But if the Current have the opportunity to go get Trinity Rodman and bring her in with this group that we've got right now, that'd be awesome. Now, on my wish list, I would like to see North Carolina goalkeeper Casey Murphy come in as the backup. But that's on my wish list. I love Laurel. She's done great at being the backup keeper. And I have full confidence in her to do her job when called upon. But just those names there, it's awesome. So we got Bia, 31. Could see her signing back. And Izzy's back. Timois. We'll see what happens there when her contract comes up. Rocky Rodriguez, Frida, Wheeler, Cooper's back. DiBernardo, we know she'll be back. Hamilton, maybe. Nichelle Prince, we all know what's going on there. Dabinia was a big sign. But I'm not 100% certain. I see E-Ball coming back. I see Elizabeth Ball coming back. But how long will it take? I'm not sure. I don't really see her leaving Kansas City. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. On that note, we head into the 2-minute warning. Or excuse me, not the 2-minute warning. It is the 2-minute warning. Local sports update. We'll go through that. Ghetto Tacos, 10% off all burritos all day long. Maybe some 4th of July specials. They may not be open 4th of July. We'll see. Get out there. Go check them out. Carlos, Carletta, or excuse me, Marcus and Carletta. Wow. Sorry. A little off today. But Marcus, Carletta, go check them out at Ghetto Taco. Get those tacos. And on that note, we head into the 2-minute warning. Joplin Outlaws, local sports update. They're off for the 4th. They'll be on the road after that. So we won't talk much on them. And then, yeah, 2-minute warning brought to you by Trackside Burgers, 1515 West 10th Street. Go get some weekend barbecue today. This weekend, kids also eat free on Mondays. As long as parents buy an adult meal, be sure to get over there this new year. And we're a little bit past New Year. So on that note, we'll go ahead and open up and take off here. Hopefully, everybody has a good and safe 4th. And yeah, just take care, have fun, enjoy this 4th of July. This will be our last episode. I know I said no Julys, but thanks for bearing with me there, getting through this one. And we'll see you next time on the Sports Timeout. And we should be back the last week of July, okay? Got football starting up, got preseason, got soccer getting ready to be in the midst of everything as they're heating up right now. So, going to have some fresh giveaways at the end of this month. I'll be playing in the media game next week. Super excited about that. Sam and I on the same team. Team Heartland, let's go. KC Current, baby. And, yeah, get out, come watch us. We got some tickets for you if you want some. Just make sure to reach out to us and we can tell you how to get those. And, yeah, take care. We'll see you next time on the Sports Timeout.